both. Like, what are the differences between them?
Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't even hit clean. So really, that's the difference. And they both hit hard.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. That's a conversation. It's not just, oh, man, you will whoop his ass.
Like, yes, man, type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Magdalene.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stone. It's about now.
Boxing fans have been debating the possibility of a Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez showdown for years. Canelo, a dominant force across multiple weight divisions, is widely considered one of the sport's elite. However, he recognizes Crawford as a serious threat. With his unique style, remarkable speed, and unmatched ability to adjust to any opponent, Crawford has already proven himself against some of the world's top fighters.
Who's the best fighter in the world?
We can't put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion, something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as number one.
Terence Bud Crawford is widely regarded as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in boxing today. His technical skill, ability to switch stances, and overall versatility make him a formidable opponent. With an undefeated professional record, Crawford has firmly established himself as the top fighter in the welterweight division.
5 fighters right now in boxing. That's your top 5 right now in boxing. Not the top 5 in boxing right now. Right now.
Champions or just anybody?
Top 5 right now.
Shakur #1, hands down. Tank, he up there. Canelo, Inoue, Tyson Fury.
Canelo Alvarez, with a professional record of 60 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws, is widely regarded as the top super middleweight boxer in the world. He has also demonstrated his ability to compete successfully in higher weight classes. Known for his power, speed, and exceptional ring IQ, Canelo remains a dangerous challenge for any opponent.
He's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time. The power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys.
When he Canelo, and he was like standing right in front of Canelo, and Canelo's just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight, when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he Danny Jacobs, and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing and weaving. That's all what he learned from fighting Floyd.
Canelo Alvarez has defeated some of the best fighters in boxing history, and his success across multiple weight classes showcases his exceptional versatility and skill. His strength, particularly at super middleweight, has been a major factor in his dominance. With explosive power and a rock-solid defense, Canelo continues to be one of the most dangerous opponents in the sport.
That's so fucking young.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him, because you know, if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world at 23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience, he's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
You think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No.
What do you think?
I think tough fights and difficult fights. That was a difficult fight.
Canelo is beating these guys with all 5 layers of defense. Number 1, feet. Number 2, elbows, hands, shoulders, and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no losses, no...
Beyond his power, Canelo's agility and ring intelligence truly set him apart. His head movement, defensive instincts, and precise counterpunching make him a well-rounded and highly dangerous fighter. Years of experience against elite competition have honed his ability to adapt and strategize mid-fight. His recent victory over Edgar Berlanga in the super middleweight division further solidified his status as a top-tier boxer.
One of the fighters that hit very hard was Angulo. You know, he's a Cuban guy and he punched very hard too. So I'll say both of them are like the same, but you know, with Canelo, I was just mentally ready for his shots. You know, I already told myself, I know I'm gonna get hit. I know I'm gonna get hit on my chin, but it's, you know, I gotta bite down on my mouthpiece and push. You know, look what happened in the third round. I got hit with a left hook. We'd be practicing in camp the whole time, you know, keeping my right hand to my chin. And I wound up just moving and he connected right on my chin. And you see how I punched my glove, you know, that's like a thing for me when you know, my last time when I got dropped, I was punching my gloves. I'm like, damn, I got hit with a shot. I'm not supposed to be on the floor. But, you know, it comes to boxing. You know, the greats done got dropped, you know, got hurt. But it's about how you come back and respond.
Of the world, Mexico versus Puerto Rico, Saul Canelo Alvarez versus the chosen one, Edgar Berlanga.
Edgar Berlanga recently shared his thoughts on a potential showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, highlighting the unpredictable nature of boxing and reminding fans that anything can happen in the ring. He praised Crawford's skill set and ring IQ, noting that his abilities allow him to compete with and even outclass any opponent. At the same time, Berlanga acknowledged that Canelo's size and natural weight advantage could play a crucial role in determining the outcome.
My brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring, I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, you know, that, you know, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that favor Canelo is that, you know, is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Crawford is a...
Former world champion Demetrius Andrade believes that although Terence Crawford is an exceptional talent, Canelo Alvarez's size and experience at higher weight classes give him a clear edge. According to Andrade, Crawford could struggle to match Canelo's unique blend of power and agility.
There's talk, too, of like Canelo and Crawford. Like you're mentioning that you feel like David's just too big, too young, just too much overall. Like, is that kind of the same thing with the Crawford and Canelo because of the weight classes, the weight between them?
Yeah, I believe so. Listen, I love Crawford. He's a good friend. You know, we reach out to each other. We've travel the world through the amateur program. He see me beat people up. I see him beat people up. He see me get beat up. I got beat up. We both, whatever, everybody.
David Benavidez, another top contender, echoed similar sentiments. While he praised Crawford's technique, he expressed doubt about whether Crawford's power would translate effectively to the higher weight classes. Benavidez pointed out that stepping up in weight to face Canelo could pose a significant challenge for Crawford.
I can't really say nothing about that. If that's what he wants to do, then that's what he's going to do. Canelo is a man that he does anything he wants to do. I don't think really what people say affects him. But I feel like the people, they want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. It's the biggest fight to make happen, and I feel like I'm the biggest threat to him.
Benavidez believes that Crawford would need to move up 2 weight classes to face Canelo and stressed the importance of respecting natural weight divisions. While he acknowledged Crawford's impressive skill set, Benavidez gave the edge to Canelo in a potential matchup, citing the difficulties that come with jumping weight classes. Despite being a long-standing top contender in the 168-pound division and widely viewed as a legitimate threat to Canelo, a fight between Benavidez and Alvarez has yet to materialize.
Payday. I'm the face of boxing.
Crawford wanted a payday, but Crawford didn't do good at 54. When I talk to people, they all tell me you would have knocked him out at 68.
Well, he knows now. He experimented the 154, and he knows. Maybe he do in 168 for the payday.
Moving up 2 weight classes would present one of the biggest challenges of Terence Crawford's career. In his most recent bout, Crawford dropped down to 154 pounds and secured a decision win over Israel Madrimov. However, jumping to super middleweight would mean facing significantly larger and more physically imposing opponents, making the leap even more daunting.
He wants to fight, he's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better, no? Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's a weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happened.
Despite the challenges, Crawford's agility and adaptability could prove to be decisive factors in the fight. His ability to switch stances and use both hands effectively makes him unpredictable and hard to counter. Moreover, Crawford's exceptional footwork and ring IQ enable him to dictate the pace and flow of the bout.
Terence is what?
Oh, incredible.
That was fire.
Right, yeah, especially being to the fight, no one knew who Willie was going to win. And you can see the confidence. I don't think real confidence you can fake.
Canelo's power and experience in higher weight classes should not be underestimated. His ability to absorb punches and deliver devastating counterattacks makes him a formidable opponent. Additionally, Canelo's agility and movement in the ring further elevate his already impressive fighting style.
The definition of boxing. Please, look up the definition of boxing. The martial arts of boxing, and then come back with your opinion. Because boxing is not all about knocking somebody out. Yes, that's part of it. That can happen, but boxing is a sport where you can outpoint somebody too. That's why they go to the scorecard.
I appreciate that take, bro. That's real educated, man, real thoughtful. But you know, you ain't had a decision win in a long time, bro. You know, you known for like being a great finisher. So I appreciate that, but that ain't how you.
Crawford, who recently moved up to 154 pounds, claimed the WBO interim super welterweight title. However, he appeared to lack the same power that he displayed at 147 pounds.
This for all the nut huggers, the bud nut huggers, the bud butt buddies. You see that? You see that? We see that. You understand me? You see what that say? Jamel Charlo what is the WBA junior middleweight champion in recess. Jamel Charlo is the WBC junior middleweight champion in recess. Nah, man. Virgil Ortiz Jr. is the WBC intern junior middleweight champion. Know what I mean? So make it make sense. People gotta make it make sense. Charlo's still a big dog there. Yeah, that's my camera behind me. Charlo's still a big dog there. So a lot of people need to get their facts straight. Understand? Opinions don't matter, it's all facts. No opinions, sport podcast. And I'm always gonna bring you the real, never the fake, and I'm never late on the news, you hear me? Get at me, man. Dollar.
What's up, everybody? I want to give a big shout out to Snack for always supporting and helping me out with this previous fight. Snack strong.
However, moving up to super middleweight to face Canelo would present a significant challenge. The hurdles include adjusting to the increased power and toughness of opponents in the higher weight class. While Crawford's exceptional technique and skill are undeniable, there remain lingering questions about whether his strength and stamina will translate effectively to super middleweight.
Be great. That'll be 3 times. If you go 154 and win the belt, that's 3 times super. Then I said, chase super greatness. Come on, Canelo. 160.
Well, if he can get in there with Charlo in like his next 2 fights, where he still got age on his side, then maybe go up again. Like if he's trying to chase the greatness. But I mean, he already done something that's never been.
If the bout were to take place, Crawford's versatility would be a crucial asset. His ability to switch stances, adapt his strategy mid-fight, and outmaneuver opponents could give him an advantage in the early rounds. Additionally, Crawford's defensive skills and ring IQ would be vital in evading Canelo's powerful punches while setting up his own counterattacks.
I saw the multi-layeredness, if you will, if I'm allowed to use that term, of Terence Crawford that he'd been forced to develop throughout his entire career. And one thing I saw about him was that he had the ability to adjust and to think to get himself past any styles. He'd been forced to do that through a slew of opponents, so we can talk about some of the opponents that helped him develop that style.
If this fight takes place, it could be one of the most thrilling matchups in recent boxing history. Both fighters are undisputed champions in their respective divisions, with contrasting styles and dynamic personalities that have captivated fans around the world.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect to Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I've not been against Terence Crawford with nobody else. You got to show me that you can.
While Crawford's technical skills and adaptability make him a formidable opponent, the challenge of moving up 2 weight classes to face Canelo's power and experience should not be underestimated. Analysts and former champions agree that Canelo holds the advantage due to his size and expertise in higher weight classes. However, Crawford's versatility and ring IQ could still make for a compelling and tough battle.
Weeks ago, you heard what Terence Bud Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, you know, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. You know, he's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just, you know, just like to, you know, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason is his money. He did say it'll be the biggest fight, which, you know, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him testing himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get.
What are your thoughts on a potential matchup between the two? Do you believe Crawford has what it takes to overcome the challenges and defeat Canelo?